Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the second episode of Kawaikereba Hentai demo Skinny Natte Kuremasu. And last episode, we got to meet all of our characters, and they're each very different people, it kind of seems like. But the most notable one would be one named Sayuki. This the senpai. She seems like she might have been the one that left behind either the letter or the pantsu or both. We don't really know yet. All we know is at the end of the episode, she did ask our protagonist to let her be his pet. So that's always very promising. Whenever a girl says that to you, it's usually a good sign that things might go well if you want to pursue any sort of relationship with her, you know. So I guess in this episode we'll see exactly how he responds to such a wonderful offer. I know how I would respond personally, but let's see how he does. 3, 2, 1, play. Of course, we gotta get through our Katakawa and Funimation intros first, but then we will find out. Oh, okay. Recap. Very fast recap. It's an improved version of Cinderella. Don't worry about it. It's where I left off. Is it really open? It was really hard to figure out. Well then. Well, it's because you're an idiot. Because I understand perfectly. And yet you still are not giving an answer. Very close. I didn't until just now, but... He did comment on her before, yeah, he did do that. You have no one to blame but yourself for this. It just gets better and better, doesn't it? Yes, you just figured that out. She is a keeper, alright. Yeah, so that's the conclusion. Do you accept or do you not? That's not cool, man. She really put herself out there for you and you just rejected her? Not cool. Not cool. Come on, Sayuki, I'll take care of you. I already have one pet, but I can have another. You can play with Boots. It'll be fine. Did we have the opening last episode? I don't remember. I don't think so. I feel like I remember it, so I don't think we got it last time. That little brief shot there. Yeah, it's an alright opening, I guess. It's fine. Oh, wow. Okay, that was a nice shot. That was a really nice shot. I'd say it's a decent opening with a few above average shots. That's how I would describe it. And okay, back into it. Yes, good job cleaning it up. Yeah, you might want to remember to do that. Yeah, that opens up a lot of possibilities, doesn't it? It's one sneaky Cinderella. So she saw the whole thing then. Okay, that makes sense then. That's how it all ties together. Yeah, that definitely opens up the situation. Yeah. Well, I found out some stuff. Asking the important questions here. Yes, he's broadening his horizon. I'm so proud of him. Well, that's a line. I I'm impressed that you could just say that out loud in public. It's a good idea. We got to that a little bit last episode, but Nanjo, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, you went to the nurse's office or something. We're working on becoming really, really good terms developed. I, I was busy looking at the subtitles, so I don't know how much we actually saw there, but because I had the subtitles moved to the top of the screen, so I look closer towards the camera when I read them. At your service. I mean, Sayuki's the one that's going to be really at his service. I guess we were in agreement over here. Oh, wow. Of course it was her. Yeah, after like that involuntary yell out, he whispers. She's not evil, she just misunderstood. Not even if a cute girl does it. I guess somebody needs to get punished over here. Exactly. I knew we'd be on the same page. She is pretty great, isn't she? Yeah, how could you do that? You say that as if it's a problem. I don't understand. They are significant. They're very abundant. Yeah, if we're done flirting, you know, if we're in the library. Well, no, she's his pet now, so it's very normal. No, she wouldn't know anything about the pet thing. How much is he gonna tell her? Oh. Oh wow, then they're basically married, yeah. So you wanna go on a date with him next? Yeah, it's not like I like you or anything. It's not like this is a harem anime or something. Don't be silly, senpai. Oh my god, that was painful to read. I feel like I'm getting I feel like I'm really losing tolerance for dense protagonists over the years. Okay, that's not quite what that no. I think you're gonna cause some misunderstandings here. Again, only the most valuable books I see. I mean, it depends on how both people look at it, but I guess so. I mean, romantic comedone, are there other types? Not really. Well, you're supposed to be nice to pets. Are you jealous or something over there? Go on a date with her. Or head pat. Okay. Option A. Oh. I like how he's getting good use out of those. Can't let them go to waste. I wasn't doing anything. That's knock, Imoto-chan. Why? Why would she possibly want to go on a date with me? I don't understand. Okay, but explain further. I don't get it. Oh. Okay. How in-depth will this lesson be? Is that some doujinshi material right there? But anyway. And let's begin our date. Yuika, I guess, will have her time this episode with her Yotsuba ribbon. I almost thought she was gonna fall. Yes, even if you hate it. She does look very good. Just compliments those legs nicely. Just want to grab the meatball here. Yes, I said something to her and she didn't cry. I'm doing so well. I expect to be impressed. I'm sure it will go downhill at some point. Well, a movie, we shouldn't be able to mess that up. Unless he picks a bad movie, I guess. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a disappointment for her. Probably like a action movie or horror movie or something. Hand holding. Wow, this is your first date, guys. Let's lay on a bit. Okay. Sergeant Penguin. It's a penguin movie. Wow, you did choose well. It's in English. I was not ready for the English. Now I'm listening to English, reading Japanese subtitles, and I'm very confused. The subs are actually really hard to read. Yeah, the subtitles are a nightmare to read. I'll just see what I can get from the audio. So yeah, the movie went better than I expected, so maybe he won't screw this up. Maybe I didn't give him enough credit. I guess he's been given good advice. The world's most indecisive king. Definitely the title of a harem anime. How kind of you. Only manga. You should at least read light novels and visual novels. At the very least. Oh, okay. So, yes, very important to satisfy a girl on a date. It bought nothing. Yeah. Really do like the shorts. She looks quite good in them. Is he walking a dog there? This is the first time he's just holding a stick, but it would be great if he was walking like Sayuki when she was younger. That would have been amazing. Yeah, let's not say that out loud in public. I suppose he gets passing marks. I doubt it. We got plenty of episodes left. Oh, well, this took a turn. Hopefully that's not too bad. Okay, yeah, it's just becoming this very cliche scene. I want you random, unimportant characters to leave me alone. So, how much are you going to embarrass yourself as you try to save her? Okay, he took the speedy approach. Okay. He took the less cringy approach. I appreciate that. Because there's a few different ways they handle that situation, and I've seen some ones that are pretty hard to watch in anime, so... The quick grab and leave, yeah, I approve of that. Yeah, that's not the sort of thing you should be super surprised about when she's that cute, you know, with her nice ribbon and shorts and all that. Okay. Oh. Okay. I thought you were just gonna do a head pat, but... Is that what he was? Like, all he really did was grab her hand and walk away. You know, with you and still in his hand. But I guess it's fine. Oh. Not much to press up against, but yeah, once again, what's the problem? Explain to me why it's a problem. Yes, it's... If you can handle Sayuki's, you should be able to handle hers. I mean... Kamio go... What? What was that thing? That was a bit random to bring up. Well, clearly some people didn't mind approaching her. Koga-san, can you please talk to me? What a weird title. Well, yeah, but surely you can forgive me when you're so pretty. I mean, it's pretty standard as far as harem protagonists go. Yeah, so more and more it seems like he did choose a perfect movie for going out with her. Well, at least I don't wear a green ribbon in my hair. But yeah, we can clearly see the transition to her liking him more and more. Yeah, that's definitely a difference. And of course, what she uses to refer to him as changes as well. And he goes from calling her Koga to Yuika. Its development clearly happened over time. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but I'd say she's up there. Well, no, but we had a nice time. That's what matters. Really are proud of that title, aren't you? I mean, she just kind of leans in that direction a bit. Man of culture over here. Oh. Okay. Is this having to do with you being Cinderella? Is she gonna want to be a pet as well? Because that would be amazing if literally all the main girls each wanted to be his pet. I doubt that would happen, but that would be amazing. She could be. That would be a good first start. He is the world's most indecisive king. Yeah, if you can, then you should be able to as well. But I do wonder what this is going to be about. Okay. Some pretty dramatic lighting. So you gonna confess your love to me? Admit to giving me your pantsu and/or a love letter? The one what? The indecisive king? Why are you wandering around the room? Kind of rude to do when talking to somebody. I do appreciate the praise, but it's still a little bit weird. Oh, oh, okay. I that is definitely a little bit different than what we got from Sayuki. Wow, I did not see that coming. I mean, it's not the worst offer ever. It depends on the boy, really. Like, some people would rather have Suika as their pet, Sayuki as their pet, and some would rather be your pet. It just depends on the guy. I could hook you up with Sayuki. Well, I mean, if you're willing to sweeten the deal, I could definitely consider it. Actually taking him off. I thought she was gonna lift the skirt, but that works too. Now she can lift the skirt. Oh, well, thank you. I will treasure this. This is where you spin them around in the air. I mean, I think that this is pretty universal. She didn't agree to anything yet. Oh man, he could see something if he gets into just the right position. Oh, wow, just shoving it right on in there. Damn, this really escalated. Oh wow, I I could not keep it together in that scene if I was him. Did he pass out? I don't really blame him, to be honest. That might have been a bit too much for me. I mean, I was just watching the thing, and I'm like, I'm raring to go, if you know what I mean, after watching that. Like, that... I didn't know what to expect, really. Like, I joked around about her maybe being like, hey, you know, I want to be your pet instead, you know? Like, there might be a running joke where they all wanted to be his pet. I didn't think that would actually happen, but it was the only real speculation I could come up with. But what I thought was more realistic would be some kind of love confession or something. Like, maybe a bit of an odd one, but some kind of love confession. But what she actually ended up saying was kind of the opposite of what Sayuki said. I mean, I would rather, like, have her be my pet, or slave, I guess, in this case, than the other way around. Like, I like Sayuki's type of offer better, even though I'd probably like this girl a little bit better. She's a bit more relevant to my interests. But then she did the whole thing with everything she did, and I'm like, you know what, maybe that wouldn't be so bad after all. Maybe you should consider this offer. That's kind of my ending thought on that scene. Like, I think I could get used to that. But I really did not see that coming. Just... I don't think there was much hinting towards that. I'm trying to think. Yeah, not really. I don't think there's any real foreshadowing about that personality trait of hers. That's good to know. Wow, what's gonna happen next episode? Still don't know who Cinderella is, though. I haven't really made any progress on that, but... no, okay. Okay, that was the second episode of Hensuki. And I'm flexing the full title again. So, this episode we're still trying to figure out the whole Cinderella thing, and we did get one hint. Now, because we figured it had to have been one, we narrowed it down because of the whole locked room and stuff, but we found out something that when he left initially, somebody came in at that point, hid there, and then left after he left, and that's why the door was unlocked. So that opens it up a little bit about who it could be. So I think that's the only real new information we got about that subject. And yeah, anyway, in regards to Sayuki's offer to be his pet, he rejected it, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think she's gonna completely give up on that just yet. Like, she does quite clearly seem to be a bit more, pushy, clingy with him. And some people are starting to pick up on that little bit of change there, the kind of special treatment that it seems like he's given her and that new closeness and stuff. Yuika specifically seems to have realized that, and since she sees one of the harem members getting a bit ahead of the rest of them, she decided to jump into it and try to get a little bit ahead of her on her own. So she wanted a date as well. And she got that, of course. But according to him, the date with Sayuki, I don't know why I'm struggling with her name, Sayuki, that was not really much of a real date, so he kind of considers one with Yuika to be a real date. And he really is definitely a dense protagonist. I mean, just a couple of things he said in this episode were just facepalm worthy. But the point is, he did go on a date with her, and the little sister Mizuha actually prepped him for it, which is cool, because without any sort of prep, I think you would have done pretty poorly. So as a result, yeah, the date went a lot more smoothly than I thought it was. Like, I thought there sure would be more issues, like, a lot of rom-com silliness, dropping the ball in a lot of ways, like maybe picking a movie that she hates, saying the wrong things in regards to her outfit and stuff. Like, I'm so used to things like that, but yeah, it went pretty smoothly. I guess we could just thank little sister for that. And the further we went in the episode, the more we realized that movie really was like the perfect choice, because that was kind of, it's a book that Yuika read, but it's also was a big point of bonding between the two of them. Like, when he first saw her, like, gazed at her, she was reading that book, and over time she talked about the book more and more to him and stuff like that. So, and we got to kind of see that transition, kind of like a supercut type transition, from her being very cold and dismissive from him to being like, senpai, I love you. So we got to see that, which is interesting. And then, of course, during the course of the day, we had that very type of cliche scene where the girl is alone for whatever reason, and then, 3 or so guys show up like, hey, cute girl, want to hang out with us? Want to go to karaoke or whatever? Like, if you've seen a lot of anime, you know this scene very well. And there's different ways to handle it. You can either make a big deal out of it and go full white knight mode, or you can just try to keep it brief, like, oh, hey, I finally found you again. Okay, let's go on. Like, there's different ways to handle it. I approve of the way he handled it. I thought it was pretty good. Sometimes these scenes escalate a lot more, though. Like, sometimes they can get a little bit rough or violent, but luckily enough, it was brief. So even though it's really cliche scene, I'm glad it was minimal, if you know if you get what I'm trying to say there. So, and she appreciated being saved and all that, so bought him more points with her, I guess. And I skipped over it, but I did kind of like the stuff we got between Sayuki and Cake in the library. She just comes up from behind him, just starts being all flirty and stuff. So that was good as well. So anyway, things took a bit of a turn kind of near the end of the episode, when Yuika invites him over to, like, the storage room or whatever. And, he wasn't sure what to expect exactly. I mean, I think he was hoping that there would be some clues about the Cinderella situation. I think that's all he was really thinking about as far as possibilities of what she could want. But, no, like, I want to go back and see exactly what she said. Because I was a little bit in shock, so I want to see exactly what she said when she brought this up. She said, Keiki-senpai, can you become my slave? And she said it in a completely serious way. But yeah, you know the title of this anime, Kawaikereba Hentai Demoski Natte Kuremasu, whatever it was. I used to think that that meant there was like one pervert in the show that was like the pervert of the show. But after this episode, I'm starting to think that might be like all of the girls. Like I think all four of our main girls, Sayuki, Yuika, Nanjo, Mizuha, they're probably all going to be perverts, just like in a little bit slightly different way, like their own different brand of perversion. At this point, I'm starting to think that's where the show is going. Then he just has to kind of choose which pervert he wants to be with, like that. And if that's the case, that is very interesting. That's a very interesting concept. I could definitely get behind that if that's really where the show is going. And since already two of them are clearly perverts, like I think it's a good reason to believe that's how the show is going to go. But you know, because we not only that, but we also had like a one-on-one scene with both Yuika and Sayuki, where they did like do this confession about their true nature and all that. So that would also mean, if continuing my line of reasoning, that we would get a similar scene with both Mizuha and Nanjo. Although Mizuha the sister, I don't know how much you're gonna really pursue that. Like a lot of hairmen, I don't really consider the sister to be a real option, so I don't know if they will. They might not do anything with that at all, but at the very least, Nanjo. So what would hers be if she was gonna have a scene like this? What would she confess to him about? Let's see. We have one girl wanting to be a slave, his pet. The other girl wanting him to be her slave. What would be another one that would be kind of similar theme of like role that could work out? I can't really think of anything that would work for Nanjo. Have we seen anything with her personality that would make sense? I mean, the biggest thing we had with her was the one nurse's office scene. Maybe she'd want him to be her patient. I don't know. That's a little more than a little bit of a stretch. I don't know. But if they are going to continue to this theme, I am definitely looking forward to what it turns out Nanjo is hiding deep down. So, yeah, hopefully, if that's how things are going to go, we find out next episode. So that would be cool. But anyway, yeah, the scene in the storage room, that escalated. That escalated very quickly. She makes the offer. He's a little bit confused. He said, "That came out weird. Did you just ask me to become your slave?" He was not ready for any of this. I don't think any of us really were. And she says, "Yeah, it's exactly and accurately. That's what I said. So what's your answer?" And yeah, she's clearly disappointed when he kind of at least implied that the answer would be no. And then when she says, "Becoming a slave to a cute girl like me, isn't that kind of a treat for boys?" And yeah, like I said, that really depends on the boys. Some of them would love that. Some of them would want it to be the opposite. It really just depends on who you talk to. But I think she can make a compelling argument that it would be good to do. A good master must give treats to her obedient slave. Okay. And of course, after she says that, she thinks of the greatest treat of all. And the slow camera pan downwards after she says that was so perfect as well. So, yeah, that's really when the scene escalated, and that was good. Just straight up offers him up to him, like it's the most natural thing in the world. And for some reason, and it's not like he doesn't like to play with them. I mean, he already has the other pair that he clearly has had and like plays with in his room and all that. So I don't know why he's pretending he's not excited about this stuff. I mean, it's pretty clear that he would be. Of course, that means that he has Ponsu from two different girls. So I wonder if he's gonna start a collection. Like, I wonder who the third will be. I mean, I don't even know who the first pair belong to, so it's hard to say. But I'm gonna assume the first pair belong to Sayuki. But, I don't know. It's hard to say. But I hope he starts up a collection and mounts them on his wall, like, side by side. And then she just talks about punishing him and just mounts him. And just straight up shoves them in his mouth. I think that's where the scene really went above what I would expect from a typical ecchi anime. I think that's when it really passed that line. And he just passes out, which I don't blame him, honestly. That was some very, very sudden, surprising, stimulating, exciting stuff to this version, MC. So, just having those shoved in his mouth, this no-pun girl mounted him on the floor, like, yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm not gonna, give him a hard time for passing out, because I get it. I get it. I totally get it. But anyway, I think I may have liked this. I think I definitely liked this episode better than the first one, because like I said, the first one had pacing issues, which was my biggest complaint with it by far. In this episode, that was not really the case much at all, and it was also focused on mostly on Yuika, who I think is my favorite right now. Like, you know, character design wise, body type, like she really does appeal to me. She has a very nice voice, and just seems to be very pleasant to be around. And quite clearly has some fun quirks of her own. So yeah, I think I like this episode better than the first one. I think that's pretty obvious. Yeah, pretty clear, I would say, for sure. So yeah, I would call her best girl right now. Although, yeah, I like the blonde male friend of our protagonist, Cake. I don't remember his name exactly, but he's cool. Just the way he brags about being, well, maybe not brag's the best word. He's very proud of his title, Practitioner of the Way of the Lolita. I've never quite heard it phrased that way before. But, like, I've heard the phrase lolly enthusiast, but that's a new one. A Practitioner of the Way of the Lolita. That sounds so, it just sounds so proper, you know? Like it's an official title bestowed upon you by a king. Like, you know, like the most indecisive king, perhaps. But anyway, point is, very good episode. I liked what I saw, and I'm excited to see more. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.